Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am not making this video as a hate video, and this is coming from the lens of a former fan. I want to break these videos up into parts because I've seen videos about Matt and Abby, and it's mostly about how people are saying Matt is a horrible husband. And however, I don't think that much is learned about Abby and why there's a growing resentment from the audience surrounding Abby and why that is happening. Now, before we go any further, I want to stop and say that this is a disclaimer that I am not stating any of this as a fact. These are my opinions, so please do your own research and form your own opinions. All right, well, let's get started. So a quick little background. Matt and Abby started out as a typical content creator couple. They became popular during the panorama times. I can't say the word because of YouTube. In my opinion, they became popular because they were young and naive and from the Midwest and humble and simple. They lived in a one-bedroom house and they were just like your everyday couple, and Abby seemed like your everyday girl. They announced that they were pregnant with their first child, and they said that they were going to move to Arizona, and so they did. Abby has said she's a girl's girl and has said love yourself and embrace your imperfections, and that she wasn't interested in plastic surgery. And the years passed, and now she's getting veneers, and she's starting to change herself and talk about her body a lot. And when she got the veneers, she didn't even discuss how expensive they are, and she made it sound like you could just take them off if you change your mind. This commenter said, "My comments keep getting deleted. Each of these veneers cost $2,000 to $3,000 per tooth, almost $27,000 unless it's sponsored." She paid a lot of money, essentially what they said. "Transparency is important. Your average viewer would not be able to afford this." So just keep the lack of transparency in mind. Now moving on to the narrative that surrounds a lot of these videos, which is, wow, Abby, you look so good. How in the world did you give birth to 2 kids? Which is a harmful narrative, because why is it bad to have looked like you have birthed 2 children? Why do we need to have bounce back culture? This promotes a really toxic mindset to young viewers and to women who have just given birth or who maybe are thinking about having children. And they think that this is the standard, or men who think that this is the standard for their girlfriends or wives. To see that she's hiking at 8 months pregnant in Arizona in the summer. It is her body and she could do what she wants, but it's it's sharing this unrealistic expectation. The birth of her first child resulted in shoulder dystocia, which is considered a traumatic birth. And 4 months later, she got pregnant with her second child. So after all that trauma to her body, she starts body shaming herself with videos that come up that she shows her face and her body when she was pregnant. And now we're back to the unhealthy expectation of exercise. Her emphasizing, "I worked out hard my entire pregnancy," and doing a Spartan race at 3 months postpartum. Which is again reinforcing this narrative that her body is an accomplishment. Because she'll bake cookies and say, "Listen to your body," but yet she obsessively works out and shows off her body as if it's a trophy. She cosplays as a single parent as like it's some kind of internet challenge. Meanwhile, her parents live with them and help her. And she's not a single parent. Solo parenting happens because that's what parenting is. She inconsiderately aired out her son's outfit after he had a blowout where there's bacteria, and it went in the vents for everyone to breathe on the airplane. And in the same clip, you could see her son without clothing, just frolicking around the seats, not in a safety seat. And these are people in the comments sharing how upset they would have been knowing and seeing somebody doing this while they're on an airplane. I would be upset. Like, are you serious? You're not the only one on the plane. And now, of course, we can't forget her reminding us that they used to live in low-income housing their first year of marriage, which was so many years ago, like 5 years ago at this point. Instead, they're planning vacations while they're away from their children. And they're capitalizing on people thinking that they hate each other. She's reminding the audience that this is her choice. And now she wants to be an actor. She's going to audition while her husband records music. They're going to both be away from their kids. And her parents are going to be left raising her children, their grandparents. Whether you're a mother or you want to be or you never want to be, any walk of life, just please know that you are enough and that this does not represent real life. Stick around for part 2. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. I appreciate y'all so much for being here, and see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye. Thanks for sticking through my first video.